So here also we have, another two modules. So the first one is the physical. So physical means that, it has a different interface, and analytical, it has another interface. Okay, for our class, so I want to make you familiar with the physical interface, and after that, I will integrate the physical interface with the analytical. Okay, so I will start from physical, and then I will integrate this physical with the analytical. I will show you how you can integrate these two to each other. Okay. Okay. So for this reason, so I will select the physical. Okay, and then here, make sure that your unit is metric. Okay, and this title and model seed files is not necessary, so no need to do anything. So here, after that, after setting, this option 1, 2, 3, which means physical, and units 4. Okay, so right now, just you can remember this. So we have actually now 4 parameters should be set up. Okay, so the file name, the location, the let's say type of the interface that you want to select. In this example, we are going to physical. Okay, and the last one is the unit. So these 4 parameters should be carefully set up. And after that, so you can go to create. You can create. Click on the create.
Analytical, is it?
Physical. Click on physical.
Create, is it?
Okay, so then you have to have this interface. Already got it?
Yeah, I got it ready, sir.
Okay, so what about you, Emanina?
No, okay, yes, I get it.
Okay, so now, okay, let's a little bit talk about this interface. As you can see here, I have, except file, so which is this one, so just forget about it. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 tabs. Okay, so by default, I have 5 tabs. Later on, actually, I will I will tell you why I'm saying, here by default we have 5 tabs, because later on, after adding the elements, so you will get, more tabs here. So, and then we will discuss about it. Okay, so by default, you have 5 tabs. Okay, under each tab, for example, under model, I have different, let's say, icons to create my model. Under view, I have actually, again, different options to hide or unhide the elements. So which element I want to see, which element I don't want to see, which description I want to see, which description I don't want to see. So you can always, come under view, and then, yeah, for example, here, I have this global coordinate system, correct? And if I want, if I want to hide this, so definitely I need to go under view, and then here you can see this UCS is highlighted, correct? This UCS is highlighted here.
Yep.
Okay, if I click on this, see here, right now is hidden. So again, if you click on this, so you can see it. So it's work for all other options. For example, if you have any column after creating the geometry, so if you don't want to see the columns, so you can come here and then so you can hide them. So here you have the sections. If you don't want to see the, for example, a steel material, so you can come here and then deselect this option. So later on, again, we will talk about it. But for now, just know that whatever we want to hide or unhide, so we can come under View tab. Okay, so under a spreadsheet, so we have actually, different type of datas. Okay, so which means here at the right-hand side, as you can see here, I have the spreadsheet notes. Okay, whatever I'm creating, if I come to a spreadsheet, and then so by changing, you know, any of these options, for example, right now, if I come to support, for example, here I have the spreadsheet information for support. See here. So which means either graphically or from this, let's say, you know, tabulated format, I can change the support types. Okay, so it works in, let's say, both manners. And then here we have the data. So again, I don't think so that it is, you know, that necessary for us for our session. But if it is, if something it was necessary, so I will come to data and then I will let you know. And the last one, we have the catalog. So here, actually, we have all the, let's say, you know, libraries, for example, for sections, for material, for loading, everything is saved here. So it is just by default. So we are not actually, you know, touching this catalog at all. So just we know that here all the, let's say, you know, the database of the software is stored here under catalog. Okay. So the most important thing is model, view, and spreadsheet, these three options. Okay, now let's go to model and start our, modeling. So before starting the modeling, I need to have the grid system. Okay, so here at the bottom side, so here you have the different options to see the structure or geometry from different views. Okay, so you can, for example, come to isometric view, this option. So I can just come to the isometric view. So from here, I can go to the front view. Okay, I have to the lateral view and top view. Okay, for now, I'm going to isometric view. Go to the isometric view. And then, so here, as you can see here, I have the UCS and grid. So already I have the, you know, one global coordinate system, which is UCS, okay, universal coordinate system. We call it UCS. Okay, already I have it. So which is here, it is the origin of, you know, of my structure. I can assume that, okay, I can assume that, you know, I want to start my model from this 0, 0, 0 origin, which means x0, y0, and z equals to 0. So after that, I can click on grid system. Okay, so here I have the grid system.
Where did you get
okay.
the grid?
Yeah, here.
Oh, there.
Okay, click on the grid. And then here you have the grid system. Okay, as you can see here, first of all, you can change the, let's say, grid system, but you don't need to do this, okay? So because, you know, it's fine. So you don't need to do that. But let's say later on, once you, for example, you are working, you know, in a specific project, and then if you have different, let's say, grid systems, so you can come here and then you have, you can create, you know, different grid system with different names. Okay, but for now, just we are going actually, you know, to create one grid system to start our modeling of structure geometry. Okay, so the next one is coordinate system. So which means right now, again, only I have one coordinate system, which is this one. Okay, so right now I have only one coordinate system, which is WCS. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. By the way, can you help me with this, because it come out ready, but I don't know how to go back to the original screen.
Could you share your screen?
All right. Okay, this one. How to go back to the...
Okay, just go to. I don't know you shared it or not. Go to open. Go to open.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, click on this.
Oh, okay.
Yes, click on this. Yeah, click on this. Yeah.
Not coming.
Did you click on that? Yeah, click on. Okay, so now, okay, go at the toolbar. You can see, you know, yeah, No. Go to physical modeling. Select the physical modeling. Physical modeling. Here at the right, left-hand side. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Click on that. Physical modeling.
Okay.
You know, at how can I?
Like this, then.
Yeah. Click on that. Okay, at your toolbar, see, you have to have, two STAAD.Pro icons. So select the second one at your taskbar at the bottom.
Which one?
I cannot see your toolbar. I cannot see your toolbar. Never mind. Go to file. Once again, go to file.
All right.
Go to okay. So because right now your physical model is open, so unfortunately I cannot see your toolbar. So at the bottom of your windows, okay. So you have to see the toolbars. Yeah, you have to see the STAAD.Pro icons.
This one?
I cannot see.
Why?
Let me share my screen to show you. Okay, let me share my screen to show you. You can see my screen?
Yes.
Can you see this one?
Yeah.
In your screen.
Yeah, can.
Yeah, click on that.
Okay.
Okay, now you can see this interface?
Yes. Can.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Thanks.
welcome. So now, just if you didn't click on grid, just click on grid. If you already did it, so just follow me again.
Great. Okay.
Okay,
Done.
so yeah, so here we said that actually, we have different options. We have the name. So I told you that, you don't need to change the name. So here we have the coordinate system. Right now, by default, we have, one coordinate system, which is this one. Okay, and that's why here you cannot see any other coordinate system, because right now only I have one. Okay, so and usually again, so we don't need to create, let's say different global or WCS. Okay, so once is enough. And then we have the plane right now. By default again is in XY plane. So it means that, so right now, whatever I want to work, so here it is in this plane. Okay, so here it is the X, as you can see, it is the X and it is the Y. So which means I want to create this grid system in this plane. Okay. If you change this one, if you change this plane, or let's say, just click on this drop-down menu. So here you can see different planes. Okay, for example, let me just show you. Okay, so for example, right now I have the XY. If I click on OK, see here, I have here it is the X and it is the Y, and here it is the grid system in the XY plane. Correct? So here I have this. Understand?
Okay.
If you have question, please let me know. So
for that XY, you have to go to the plane, is it?
Yes. So actually, once let me give you some general information why we need to have the grid system. Okay.
Okay.
Because you said that only AutoCAD. That's why I think it is important to let you know this. But Imanina, I think she knows actually why we need to have the grid system. So for creating the geometry, okay, so I need to have the grid system. Why? Because later if I want to add the members, so I cannot, let's say, generate any member in the space. So for example, here, if I want to add, one column here, so here I don't have any reference, because in the finite element modeling, okay, so we have to have the nodes. So for example, this column should have, 2 nodes. So we call it, let's say a start node, and here we have the end node. Okay, so that's why, so once I have this grid system, so which means in each intersection I have the node. Okay, so that's why simply I can just create my elements, beam, column, slab, whatever I want. You got the point? So that's why it's necessary actually, to have the grid system. So it is the first point. So why we are putting the grid system, for example, in this XY plane, and by default also it is in the XY plane. So the reason is, if I come back to here, for example, I want to add one column, for example, here, and then one beam here, and another column here. So in the Z direction, which means this direction, okay, so I can copy it. So I can make a copy of this, okay, and then, so I can create another, let's say, beam and columns. Okay, so later on, after creating this, so I can remove or hide this grid system, and then I can use the copy option and move option or mirror option to, let's say, develop my structural geometry. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why we need to, at the start, we need to have the grid system. Okay, so let me go back to here. If I go back to, let's say, once again, grid system. Okay, so just give me a second. Let me just remove this grid system. Okay, again, follow me. Okay, so I'm under model, and then, so here I have the grid. So I can click on the grid. So we said that under plane, so right now I have the XY plane, which is here. If I change this one, for example, to XZ, okay, so from here, if I change this, so which means, let me just put it somewhere here. So, which means I'm creating the plane this time here. Okay, yep. If I change this one to YZ, so which means I'm creating the plane in this direction. Okay, and also we said that, the default one was in this direction. Okay, so from any direction that you are, let's say more comfortable, so you can specify. Again, it is very arbitrary. Okay, it's not, compulsory to select the XY. Okay, so it's up to you. For example, if you want to create the slabs, so definitely it's better, to come to, let's say, to come to the XZ plane, which means this plane, if you want to create the slab. If you want to create the wall, so depending on the, wall direction, so you can either come to the YZ plane, which means this plane, or you can go to this plane. Then simply you can create the walls. So, maybe in this direction. So here you have some wall here and maybe another wall here. Okay, it depends on the situation that you have. You can actually generate different grid system. Okay, so for now, again, I will accept the default one, which is XY. And as we said that, so it is in this plane. And here I have the creation method. Okay, so here I have the by spacing, by length, and custom. So you don't need to be, let's say, confused about it. So I'm not actually to confuse you about this. So just imagine you have only by spacing. It's very simple. Okay, so it means that for example, here, if I create the this grid system, let's say in this direction, XY, and then it tells me that how many spaces you want to be in the, let's say, X direction. If I put, for example, 5, so which means here I have 1, so which means this one, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If I put 5. If I put 10, so again I have 10. And then the next one is grid spacing. So which means from here again, from this option, so I can specify that, you know, how much is the distance between, you know, here and here. So that's why, again, by default is 1, which means if I go to this, which means here is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Very simple. Okay, again, I have it in the Y direction. So for example, in the Y direction, if I put, for example, 3. Okay, so here I can say that 1, 2, 3. So which means here I have 1, 2, and 3. Correct? And then here, if I say that, for example, spacing, so I can also spacing go for 3. So which means here it is 3 meter, 3 meter, and 3 meter. Clear?
Yeah.
It's clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. So now I can go back to here, and then, so I want to accept the default values. Okay, so here, number of spacing in X direction, which means in this direction, I want to have the 10 number of the, let's say, grids. And also in Y direction, also I want to have the 10 grids. And the distance between each grid is 1 meter. I want to accept this. So as you could see here, I didn't change anything, just I accepted. So usually we don't need to change this option. Okay, so you can just accept it. Unless otherwise you have a very specific scenarios. For example, if you have, let's say, if you want to create a structure, for example, here you have the column. For example, you want to create your column here, and then here you have, you know, a very small, let's say, distance, and then from here you have another column. So here it is 0.5. Okay, so in these cases, and then from here maybe again you have the 3. Okay, so in these cases, you can, for example, in X direction, you can change this, you know, grid spacing from 1 to 0.5. Okay, then here again, simply you can, you know, attach to the grid system, and you know that each space between each grid is 0.5 meter. So even you don't need to measure it because already you set it. Okay. So now from here, I accept the default, all is one, let's say default values, and then click OK. So now I can come to this option, this view. Okay, if you click on this view. So right now, you know, just for being in better view, so I just, you know, select this front view. And now from here, I can see that this one is the Y and this is the X direction. So right now I have a very clear grid system. So just here, I have it. And it is in the X, Y plane. And from here, in the X direction, so here you can see, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, same in the Y direction. So it's very simple. So now, once I'm in this view, so I can go to the member. See here, I have the member option. If you click on the member, see right now, the selection mode will be activated. Right now, see here, if you just let's say move the cursor above the grid system, you can see the small circle, which is the selection mode, is activated right now. So from here, from the 0, 0, 0, which means here, I just click, just one click. So right now, as you can see here, you can simply create the lines. Okay, as you can see here, so I cannot create the line in the space here. It doesn't allow me. Okay, so but here inside the grid system, yeah, I can do it.
Sir, how
yes.
do you drag? How do you get the line again? You right click, is it? At where?
No. Left click.
Left click at
Yes.
At where?
Yes.
Okay.
At 0, 0, 0 as
okay,
here
okay.
origin. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So we said that in the space, I cannot see here once I'm, just changing this cursor. So maximum it can come to here. See, in this direction. So I don't have any choice or any, let's say, permission to put my line here. Why? Because I don't have grid system. So right now, maybe you can understand better why we need to create the grid system. Okay, another thing, so also I cannot put the, let's say, put the grid system somewhere here. I mean, put the line somewhere here. So it's just automatically, either will be attached to this node or to this node, but not the blue one. Okay, see here, if I want to put in the blue one, see here, I cannot. Either it comes here or here. Okay, so which means here, it is the reference for the nodes. Because we said that for each, let's say, element or column or beam, so it's include the one line and two nodes. So for example, if I click somewhere here, doesn't matter. So if I click somewhere here and then press escape on your keyboard, okay, to deactivate the command. Okay, so right now, as you can see, here I have one node. Sorry. Here I have one node, and also here I have another node. And this is the line. This is the line element. Correct? But this one is the node, and this one is the node. So why I cannot put, for example, if I select, again from this point, why I cannot put my, let's say, end of this line here? Because here I don't have any node. I don't have any node. So I need to put it either here or here or here or here. Clear?
Yep.
Okay. So now for, let's say, undo and redo. So here you have the options, the top left-hand side. Or simply you can press Ctrl Z. Okay, so you can press Ctrl Z to actually, one step forward or backward. Sorry, for Ctrl Z is backward, okay? And also you can press Ctrl Y for forward or redo. Okay, Ctrl Z is for undo and Ctrl Y is for redo. Okay, so right now, or even right now, for example, I don't want to have this, line and nodes. As you can see here, once I press, my cursor anywhere, in the space or even, around the element, so the element will be unselected. Okay, it will be as a gray color, which is not selected. If I select the member like this, it will be selected and shows me, as a blue color. Okay, so now if you press anywhere, for example here, see it is the gray color. So now I can select, all these elements, which means line and nodes, and then simply you can use your delete option in your keyboard to delete the element. Just delete it. Is okay?
I can't find.
You can find what?
Delete.
In
Oh
your,
yeah.
in your,
Yeah, I found it.
yeah, in your keyboard, yeah. In
Yeah,
your
yeah.
keyboard.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought here.
Okay, so now you can delete it. Okay, this time, so I'm going actually just to create, you know, the structural frame. Okay, for this reason, once again, I will go to member. Okay, so I will go to member. So once the member is highlighted, see here, the member is highlighted, yeah, with the gray color. And then, so which means right now I can add the member anywhere inside the grid system. So I will start from this origin again, from here. Okay, and I know that each of this grid system is 1 meter, correct? Yep. Remember on the grid system, so we didn't change anything, and by default was 1 meter, the space between these grid lines. Okay, right now, if I start from here, I want to create, you know, 1 column. So I know that here is 1, 2, 3. So I can start just, you know, click here, just click at the origin, 1 click, and then 1, 2, 3. So right now, see here, so I want to put 1 column at the 3 meters here. Okay, so 1 element will be generated. So in this direction, positive X direction, so I'm going to have 5 meter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, click.
Oh, we just drag and click, is it?
Yeah. Just after each clicking.
Okay.
So you have the node, okay? So another one, so here I want to have another 4 meters, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here I will put another click, okay? And then, so once you are here, again, press escape on your keyboard to deactivate the command.
Sorry, sir, the spreadsheet on the right side.
Escape on your keyboard.
Yes.
Okay.
No,
yeah,
I
just
want to
to
ask you.
Yeah, just
the
to.
spreadsheet.
Sorry. You have any question?
Yeah, on the spreadsheet on the right side, it shows me the node support, not the grid. Where?
Yeah. If you go to a spreadsheet, if you go to the spreadsheet, and then if you click on this, here you have the, let's say, the information for nodes.
Oh,
okay.
I see.
And if you click on the members, also you have the information for the members. So which is connected to which node. See here, you have the node A, node B. So, and here you have the, you know, let's say element number 1. If I click on this one, see here, this element will be selected. And it tells me that, you know, node number 1, which is here, and node number 2 is here. Okay. If I come to the second, so right now this is selected, and here I have node number 2, again, which is here, and node number 3, which is here. If I select this, you know, automatically will be selected the third member, and node number 3, and node number 4. But you don't need to again, you know, pay attention, you know, to this options. So I don't want actually, you know, I don't want you to pay attention to these options too much, because the thing that I'm trying to transfer to you, just to make, you know, just to get familiarized with the graphical interface of the software, because, you know, from the graphical interface you can do anything. But if you come here, but right now, see here, we have the very simple, right now, we have very simple elements and nodes. So that's why here is understandable from here. But once you have the, for example, a complicated geometry, so if you come here, so again, you will get confused. So don't pay attention for now to these spreadsheets. Just attach to model, and from here, we will continue. Okay, so now I have, let's say, you know, this lines and nodes. So in STAAD.Pro, it is important that, you know, the direction of the lines. For example, here, I started, from here to here. So which means here I have the start node and here I have the end node. So it's better, I'm not saying necessarily, okay? But it's better once you are creating the, columns or beam, try to make in one particular direction. For example, here, why I didn't continue the drawing of the columns from here to here, because I knew that if I draw from here to here, the start node for this column will be this, and the end node for this column will be here. So later on, if I want to assign, for example, some other elements or add some other elements to this column, so I need to create, for example, one node here, or let's say, let me, for example, I want to create one node here, and just imagine if I had, this column. It started, in this direction to this direction, but this one was from this direction to this direction, correct? So I could, for example, select, these two columns for adding a node inside these two columns. So then I have the option later on, I will again show you that this node, for example, I want to add here and here. For what? Maybe I want to add one, for example, let's say brace system to here, just like this, for example. Okay, so I need to put the node for this column here and for this column here. But the problem is, let me go back. If I draw the line for this column from this direction and from this for this direction. Okay, so once we have actually, again, a real project, so we don't have, only one or two or three columns. So maybe we have, 100 columns. And then at the same time, I want to add the nodes in exact location of the columns. For example, here, I want to add to here and also to here. But if the direction of the drawing of the columns is different, for example, here it was like this, and here it was like this. If I select all the columns at one shot, and then so I have the options, to, let's say, create nodes. Okay, and then here I have the option, for example, I can say that, for example, just 1 meter. 1 meter from where? From the, let's say, end node. Okay. So here, if I select this 1 meter from end node, so I will get, let's say, 1 node here and 1 node here, because the end node for this member is here, correct? So that's why, so you will not get the exact location for the node. So that's why I'm saying it's better to make sure that, the drawing direction of the elements, to be in one direction, okay? Or let's say follow a principle for yourself. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't put, I mean, in any direction. For example, for this beam, for this column, from this direction, and for this column, for this direction, this beam from this direction, this beam from this direction. Okay, so right now, the only thing that I can tell you is just, I gave you this example to understand it better, but I'm sure once you are working with this software, not only this software, any software, okay, so it is a principle. Then in the real project, so you will understand actually what I'm saying, because, one of the thing that we need from each software is the, a fast modeling solution. Okay, so we cannot, for example, spend 1 day to create one, structural geometry. So we want to have actually a very good solution for modeling. And then, so another aspect of this case is to also from us to understand the principle of the modeling. Okay, so that's why from here, I will come back to the member. Okay, and then so I will select this node and then put it here. Okay, so once you put here, see, still the command is activated. We said that, you know, for the activating the command, you can press escape from your keyboard, or, you know, at the last point that you are, you can double click. If you double click, see here, it will be released. So again, just to show you, for example, here, I will select here and then double click, it released. Okay, double click, it released. Okay. But for exiting from the command, so you need to press escape. Okay, so if I press escape, see here right now, so I'm not actually in the let's say drawing mode. Okay, but double click, which means so I can release, you know, the this procedure, and then I can continue from somewhere else. But if you press escape, so which means you are coming out from the command. Okay, so then, so as you can see, so you cannot draw anything. So right now I can select this and I want to press delete in my keyboard to remove these elements. Okay, so again, if I select all these elements, so I said that I can, you know, come to the member and then create another column in exactly the same direction as this member. Another way, so the last one I didn't, you know, created, and I want to show you the another feature, the copy feature. Okay, so I can do one thing. So I can select this member, just select this member or this member, doesn't matter. So for now, I'm selecting this member. Okay, and then once you're under model tab, so here you have the translational repeat, this option. Okay, or simply you can, you know, once you want to, for example, you have the PDF file, once you want to, you know, copy and paste it, you know, in another folder, what do you do? So you do, you know, just Control-C, Control-V, am I right? So here you can do the same thing, just press Control-C, okay? So once you press Control-C, it is the shortcut. But for knowing actually, you know, this shortcut coming from where, so it's from this, translational repeat. Okay? So then you have two options. After selecting the member, either you can come to the translational repeat, or simply you can say Control-C. Okay, so right now I have this. Again, so as you can see here, I want to just copy this member in the X direction. You can see this. So I want to copy it in the X direction. So that's why here I have to select X. However, from here I have different options. I have X, Y, and Z. So for now, I want to select X. And then how many copies I want. So because here, just I want to have one copy. So I want to put it here only. So then, so one copy will be selected. Okay, and then spacing. So again, from here, I know that it is 1, 1, 1, 1, which means total 4 meters. So here I will put 4. Okay, so that's why from here I will change this one to 4. Okay, so the rest is nothing, and then click OK. Okay, so right now I have this member here. Clear, Imanina and Roslyn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you have any question, you can stop me and ask your questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we created this. And from now on, so I want to hide my grid system. So I can say that because right now I have, you know, let's say a primary geometry of my structure. Later on, I can just make a copy of these options. So then I don't need to have my grid system. And it is the way actually. Okay, so for hiding the grid system, I want to ask you, so from where we can hide the grid system? Could you tell me? So sorry, just I'm asking this question, you know, to keep it in your mind, okay? So I'm not, you know, testing you. So just it is an interactive, let's say, class. So we can actually, you know, discuss some matters. So right now, I want to hide this grid system. So how can I hide this?
Escape. Right.
Excuse me?
Delete, right?
How can I delete it?
Mm,
Okay, so actually I don't need to delete it. Okay, so we said that, you know, for hiding and unhiding of the any element, we need to go to view. Remember?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's why I am asking, you know, this question. You know, I'm trying actually, you know, to help you to keep it in your mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now from here, see this grid system from here is activated. So I can just unclick, let's say click on this to hide this. So right now I have this geometry. Okay, so just, you know, by the right click on your mouse, so you can rotate the structure. Right click, okay? Just press right click and then you can rotate.
Oh, again, what's that?
Right click on your mouse and then you can rotate the model.
Oh.
Okay, as you can see, you can rotate the model. Okay. You found it, Roslyn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But however, again, as we said here, always you have actually, you know, this isometric and other views. If you are, for example, you know, in some view that you are really confused and then, so why is like that? So then simply you can come to isometric view, okay? To get back to the original view, this option. Okay. So from here, I want to, let's say, develop or expand my structural geometry. So again, if you click anywhere, so you will see that, you know, the color will change to gray. So which means nothing is selected. But from here, I can select everything. And another thing that I need to tell you is the selection mode. Okay, so we have two options like AutoCAD. In AutoCAD, Rosalind, as you know, so if we select, you know, from right to left, so which means everything, you know, will be selected, everything that touch this window, correct? Like AutoCAD. Yeah. For example, here I have actually, you know, this node, which is exactly inside the this window. And also I have this column and beam, which is touch the window. So if I leave, see, these three elements will be selected. But if I click from left to right, whatever exactly in the window will be selected. So for example, right now, the column and beam won't be selected. Why? Because they are not exactly in the window. If you select from left to right, see here, just node will be selected. But if I select from here to here, also beam and column will be selected, which is, I can say that right to left, whatever is touch, left to right, whatever is inside the window. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I want to select everything. And then I want to make a copy of this frame. So again, could you tell me what should I do for copy the elements? So where should I go?
The CTRL-C, copy chambers.
Control C. Yeah. Okay. It is the shortcut. But could you tell me where is the icon? Where is the option for that translation or repeat?
In a model section.
Okay. Great. Yeah. Here. Okay. So either you can select this or Control C. So for this reason, I will select this. Okay, here I want to copy this model in the Z direction, which means in this direction. Okay, so that's why I will change the direction from X to Z. It is the first step. So now I want to have maybe 3 copies of this frame system. Okay, so here I can say 3 copies. And the spacing, I want to go for 5. Okay, so spacing between each copy, so I want to put as 5. Okay, so right now, since we haven't assigned any section to these members and any material to this member, so that's why here it's not that important for now to select the all. All means that, you know, geometry, including geometry and also geometry and properties. Okay, so sometimes, for example, you know, in some cases, I want to release the, for example, moment, you know, in the beams or in the elements. For example, here in this beams, I want to release the moments. So which means I don't want to transfer the moment, for example, from this beam to column. So that's why here you can see 3 options. Under here, you have the all, which means, you know, if you have release, if you have any specifications, okay? The second option, you have the geometry only, which means just the lines. And the third option is geometry and properties only, which means geometry and materials only. But here, if you have the, for example, releases, so releases won't be copied. But if you select all, so everything will be copied. So again, in the most cases, okay, I can say that 95% of the cases, so it's better actually, you know, to just select the all. However, right now, we haven't have any, let's say, specification or material or sections. Okay, but as I told you, you know, in most cases, 95% plus, so just, you know, put this as all. Okay, so, and the last one is link copies. Okay, so if I go back to here, you can select link copies and then open base, click both this option. Okay, what does it mean? If I click link copies and just, you know, deselect this one, it means that it's just, you know, even from the name is clear, link. So which means, you know, I had, you know, have one copy just like this, for example. Okay, so it is this frame, this frame, this frame. But here, if I click this link, so which means this node will be linked to this node. This will be linked to this node, and this will be linked to this node. Okay, so which means, again, I don't need to create another beam from here to here. So if I click this option, so the software automatically add another element or beam from here to another copies. Okay, if you don't select the open base, so here is the base, yeah, correct? So here at the bottom, we have the base of the structure. Okay, if I didn't click this one, also the software, you know, create the link between here, here, and here. Okay, so which in most cases, again, we don't want to do that because in the base, usually we have the, let's say, foundation, and here we don't put any element. So that's why, so always for base, we just, you know, check this one, which means open base. So we are forcing the software to do not link the, let's say, the bottom links to the other copy that I want to take. Okay, so if I select the open base, so which means this link won't be created. Okay, let's go for it. So I can say link copies, which means here, I want to create the elements automatically, but not for open, for base. So in base, I said that open base. And then, so we can go for creating this copy. So then I have 3 copies, and then the spacing is 5. Click OK. See here, right now I have this. Okay, so here I have 3 copies. See here, it is 1, 2, and 3. And if you remember, we select this, yeah? So here I have the 3 copies. And then 5 meter, so here, from here to here, this is 5, 5, and 5. Okay, and link copies, so which means automatically, so it adds, you know, this members. But not for the base, because for base, we said that open base. That's why here, we don't have any link. Is it clear?
Yep.
Okay, great. So now we said that we don't need the grid line, and from here I can develop my you know, a structural geometry in any shape or any form that I want. For example, I can come to top view, so this view. I can come to top view, and then from here maybe I can select. See, from here I am selecting, you know, from left to right. So then always actually you can use or take advantage of the, you know, option that you have in any software. Okay, so from here, as you can see, so I'm, you know, just selecting from left to right. Okay, but I want to select, you know, this member and this member together. For doing this, I can press Control, and then so I can select this, and also I can select this. Just by pressing Control, I can select different elements at a time. Okay, after selecting this, I can go back to isometric view to make sure that, you know, these elements are selected. So again, I can go back to translation or repeat, which is here. And this time, I want to copy it in X direction. Okay, so for this reason, I will again change Z to X direction. I want to have 1 copy, and the distance maybe is 3 meters. Or let's say spacing is 3 meters. Again, link copies, open base. Link copies, open base. And click OK. Okay, so right now I have this. Okay, again by, you know, just pressing right click, you can rotate your model. Okay, once again, I can come to top view. And this time, I want to select these 2 elements. Okay, come back to isometric view. And then from here, again, I can go to translation or repeat. And again, in the Z direction. And again, number of copies 1. And here I can also go to, again, 3 meters. Link copies, open base, click OK. See right now, simply you can create the geometry, whatever actually, you know, you want. But if you remember, just we started from this grid line that we created, remember? So we created this elements, and then from there, so we can use other options that we have, you know, to generate our geometry. It's very simple. So that's why, so, you know, in the next steps, so we don't need to have the grid systems. Okay, so right now we just, you know, created this geometry. And then maybe I want to also place the slab. in some region. So for this purpose, I will go back to top view. Okay, and here I have the surface. I remember, sorry, I forget to tell you something. Remember at the beginning of the session, we said that here we have, 5 tabs, correct?
Yeah.
So now, if I select a member, see here, the member tab will be added here. Okay, if you select on the member tab, so here you have different options for member. For example, if you want to add the loads, so here you have the load option to be applied to this member. If you want to assign the, for example, let's say, releases, so you can come here and then you can release the element. Or if you want to position the elements, in a particular location, so you can use this option. If you want to assign the properties or section to this member, so you can come under this member tab, and then from here you can assign it. Now, if I select the one node, see here, for example, just I'm selecting this node, and then here I have the node tab as well. Okay, so here if I select this node, see here I have this node tab, and then from here I have actually again different parameters which is associated, with the nodes. For example, here I can go for assigning the foundation, or I can assign the nodal load or point load. Okay, so if I select node and elements, so here I have node and member tab. So right now I have 7 tabs. So here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So if I add, let's say, surface, which right now I'm going to do that, I can go back to model, and then from here I have the surface option. So I can click on surface, and from here maybe I can create a surface here, maybe one slab here. Okay, so at the last point you can double click. Okay, so from here to here I can create another slab. Why I'm doing this? Again, because here I have actually 3 meters, yeah. So here I have the 3 meters, and here I have 5 meters. Okay, but from here I selected, all together, because here I have 5, 5, 5. So later on for generating the mesh is much better actually, to have the a uniform mesh. If I combine this 3 with this 5, okay, so maybe here I have some meshes like this, and then here exactly at the beam I don't have any mesh, and then so the mesh won't be generated very well. But if I selected, one by one, so definitely here I have one mesh just like this.
Yeah.
Okay. So once the surface is selected, so again I can come to here, generate another surface here, and here I can generate this surface here, here, and here. Okay, so in this way I can create the slabs. And after finishing this, you can press escape on your keyboard just to come out from the selection mode. And then I can go back to isometric view. So right now I have this. If I select everything, so right now here I have the node tab, I have the member tab, and here also I have the surface tab. Okay, now from here I can, for example, go to node tab, and I want to create the support. Okay, so once I selected the node, I can come to one of these views, either lateral view or front view, doesn't matter. Okay, if I come, for example, to front view, so here I have this view, and then press somewhere in the interface, and then from here, from again left to right. So I will select all the base nodes. To make sure that all the base nodes are selected, so come back to isometric view. As you can see here, all the nodes are selected. And then, so you can go to the node. And then here, I want to assign the fixed support. Okay, so here. So then click on fixed support. So right now, I have this. Okay, so here I have this geometry. So the next step, again, I can come to this view again. This time, I want to select all the columns. Okay, so every time after selecting the members, come back to isometric view to make sure that whatever you want to select is selected. So right now, I selected all these columns. And then once these members are selected, so here I have the member tab. Okay, I can go to the member. And then here I have the section and material, the most important thing. Okay, for now, I can go to the section. Since for our class is the concrete, so I will not go to select the steel, but here I want to, from the source, I want to select the catalog. From the type, I want to select the prismatic here. Okay, and then, so from the name, so here you can select the name. For example, here I can say that it is the column, yeah? So I can say that CC, which means concrete column, or just I can say that column, okay. COL, okay, so for this column, maybe I can go for 0.5. I can say that it is just the name of the column, okay? So I can say that 500 times 500. So it is the column name. Okay, so I can say that column 500 by 500 mm. Okay, and the shape, so I can change it to a rectangle. Okay, so here I have the rectangle, and then from here I name the column as column 500 by 500, and then here I have the YD and YZ. So here you have the YD and YZ. So here I will go pay attention to the units. See here you have the meter. Okay, so here I put 0.5, and here I will put 0.5. Okay, and here the material, okay, I will change it to concrete. Okay, so the rest you don't need to take care of it. It's fine. Okay, if you press on calculate, all these sections properties will be calculated. Okay, so this one you don't need to care about it. Just press calculate, and then here you have it. Okay, after creating this, you can press OK. Okay, as you can see here, you have the column 500 by 500, and the material is the concrete. So it's already assigned to these columns.
Sorry, sir. Can you repeat that again?
Okay.
After the surface part.
Okay, so let me to repeat from the first step again, okay? Okay, so come to this view, select all these columns, go back to isometric view, make sure that these columns are selected. And then, so after selecting this member, so here we said that we have the member tab. Okay, so under member tab, I can go to the section. And from here, we said that, so for the source, I can select the catalog. For the type, I can select the prismatic. Once you want to create the concrete sections, it's better to come to the prismatic section. Okay, so standard usually we use for steel sections. Okay, for concrete comes to prismatic. And then the shape of the column, we said that we want to go for rectangular shape. So that's why here we selected rectangular. And then the section name, we said that column 500 by 500, sorry, by 500. And then here for the dimensions, so we said that 0.5 meter, 0.5 meter. And then to calculate the cross-section properties, so just press on calculate. And the material we change to concrete. Okay, and then press OK. You did it? You did it, Ivanina?
No, Adama. Sorry. I think I missed it again. After the slab one, I think under the column too. I think under the column I missed it.
So from where you missed it?
After when we put the surface, because I missed it because my laptop was shut down for a bit.
Oh, okay. Please let me know. Please let me know once your laptop is shut down, so we can wait.
I see.
Okay, so right now your start is open.
Yeah, my laptop is open, and then
okay.
I missed the part after the surface part.
Okay, so from where I should continue? Could you tell me from where you missed it?
After the surface, after we put the
at
surface.
the surface. So which means you already add the surfaces, correct?
Yes.
You already add the surface. Okay. So for support, you mean? For support, you can come to this view, front view. Okay, let me just, okay. So you can come to the front view, and then, so from left to right, select all these nodes, the base nodes. Okay, and then come to isometric view, make sure that all the base nodes are selected. And then, so you can go to the node tab, okay, here. And then here you have the fixed support. Click on the fixed support. You did it?
Support, where?
Yeah, here, fixed support. Under node tab.
Okay, hold up. I need
First, you need to select the nodes, okay?
wait. Oh my God.
Maybe you can share your screen, Imanina, so I can tell you there from there.
Wait, I need to.
Okay, so I will stop sharing my screen. Okay, you can share your screen.
Wait. I need to redo. No, sir. I think you need to share your screen back. I need to construct. Where are you at?
So you mean you're fine? So you're with me?
Yeah. You just share your screen and then I just follow from that.
Okay.
I try to follow.
You already assigned the support, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so after assigning the support, we said that you come to this view, front view here. Okay, and then select the columns from right to left. Okay. And then come to isometric view once again to make sure that all the columns are selected. Okay. Have you selected, Imanina?
Yes.
Okay. Then go to the member tab here, because after selecting the member, so the member tab will be appeared. Okay, go to member tab, and then here, go to the section. Okay, click on the section. And from here, just for the source, select the catalog. Under type, select the prismatic. Okay, shape, select the rectangle. Okay, and the name, we can say that column 500 by 500. Okay, it is the name. And then here we have the Are you with me, Imanina?
Wait a second. Where is it? Okay. Okay, this one. Click the support. Support. Note. And then
Imanina, I'm not sure actually what are you doing.
Wait, wait.
And that's why I'm saying you can share your screen. So actually, you know,
all right,
we can.
all right. Let me because I'm using the other laptop for the Zoom. So I have to I need to re-enter back using this laptop.
Oh, okay, okay.
Using the Zoom.
So you can tell me if you want me to repeat.
Yeah, because my laptop just hang and then they just shut down, and then I need to reconstruct back because it wasn't safe anymore.
From which stage your laptop is crashing or STAAD.Pro is crashing?
Yeah.
Or STAAD.Pro is crashing, correct?
Yes. And then I managed to get until the part of the surface, and then after the surface, which is the support, I missed that part. So while you explain it to me, I reconstruct back the design.
I see. So there is no way to share your screen. I want to see it.
Wait. I need to re-enter the Zoom using this laptop.
So what about you, Raslin? Everything is fine?
Yeah. I'm just following up.
So can you let me in?
Okay, sorry. Okay, let me stop my sharing. Okay.
Alright, I share my screen now.
Yeah, okay.
So can you hear me?
No, I cannot see your screen. Try once again. You are muted, Imanina. I cannot hear you also. Okay. Imanina, I cannot hear you. You can unmute yourself. I cannot hear you. Imanina? Okay. So right now, okay, so you assign the support, okay? And then, okay, go to front view. Go to front view.
Front view, front view.
Yes. And then select the columns. Select the columns. No. Select the columns, yeah. Select the columns from right to left, just the columns. No, you are select, okay, never mind. It's okay, never mind. Okay, select the column from right to left, right to left.
Right to left.
Yes, okay. Okay, so now go to member tab. Member, no. Yes.
This one.
Yes, go to section.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. Now go to change the type to prismatic.
Type prismatic. Okay.
Yes. Okay, and then change the shape to rectangle. Yeah, and name, section name, just say COL, which means column, 500 times 500. Yes. And then YD and ZD adjusted to 0.5, 0.5. Okay, and then calculate. No. You already.
No, where is it?
Why you click on? Why you click on the click? Okay, just undo. Yeah. Okay, go back there. Okay.
Okay.
Then calculate. Go to the section name. Go to the section name and change these to column 500 by 500.
Okay.
Yeah, and then YD. Okay, calculate. Okay, change the material to concrete. Okay.
Okay.
Now click OK.
Okay.
Okay. See. Okay. Wait. Please strictly just attach to my instruction. Okay. So here you see that the section already exists in the database. Okay. So do you want to overwrite it? So say no. Say no. Okay. Go back to section.
This one.
Yes. Go back to section. Okay. Change the catalog to model. The first one. Yes. See here, you have the column 500 by 500. Once you created, a section, so all those sections will be listed under model. Okay. So if you got something like that, so always, change the catalog to model. So right now, select the model and then click OK. Yeah, model. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, click OK. Yes. Okay, right now, see here, you have the column 500 by 500, and then the material is concrete.
Yep.
Okay. So now you are actually with us, and then let me share my screen. But please, yeah, please do not, take over of my instruction or, do something else, okay? So that's why, yeah, it is easier for both of us.
Okay.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay. Already, Raslin, already you assigned, correct? Raslin?
What is it, sir?
Already you assigned the section to the columns, correct? And material.
Oh, yeah, I follow.
Okay, great. Okay, so let me also assign. Okay, see here we have column 500 by 500, and then so we have the concrete material as well. So this time, again, I will go to this view, same view, okay? But this time from left to right, just like this, okay? So just select this region, as you can see in my screen, okay? And then press and release it. Come back to isometric view. See here also slabs are selected, but don't worry, because right now we can go under member only, okay? So we are not assigning anything to a slab because we are under member. And then from here, I want to assign the, let's say, section to the beams. Again, I will go there to the section. Okay, so from my past setting, so I have the prismatic, I have the rectangle, and here I can say that beam, okay, so for, I can say that beam, let's say 400 by 500.
Sorry, sir, I didn't see my dimension. It's just the material.
Okay, go back to catalog. So change the source to catalog.
Source?
Yeah,
Hello?
here. Change the source to catalog.
Where is the source?
Here in this assigned section. So the first
Yeah.
option is source.
Oh, okay. Catalog.
Okay.
Okay.
Change it to catalog. And then the type, make sure that it's prismatic.
Okay.
The shape is rectangle.
Yep.
And the name, so you can name it as beam 400 by 500. Okay.
Okay.
And then here, see here, once we are saying, usually again, so in the real practicing, so 400, which means width of the beam, and 500 is depth of the beam. Okay, so that's why here, so for under dimension, so for the ZD, yeah, for the ZD, okay, so I will put 0.4, which is the width. Okay.
We have to change, or it will be automatic, right?
Yeah, we have to change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
0.4.
Yeah. For Z, yeah, for ZD is 0.4 and for YD is 0.5.
Oh.
Okay. And then press on calculate.
This is how we calculate the dimension.
No, it is the software actually calculate the cross section properties. Okay, like shear area, like shear area in Y and Z, torsional constant, in inertia about the local Y axis and local Z axis. Okay, so again, you don't need to care about it. So it's not that important. Okay, the material also make sure that selected as concrete. Okay, so make sure you set all these parameters as I did, and then click OK. Okay, so right now I have this beam 400 by 500 and the material is concrete. Okay, so then the next one and the last one is a slab. So right now a slab also is selected. So for knowing that a slab is selected or not, if you have the surface tab here, which means the slab are selected. Okay, so if I press everything here, so I don't have any tab for surface, but if I select one of them, see here, I have the surface. Okay, for surface, doesn't matter, so you can select all the model, because again, we are not assigning anything right now to member or node, just directly go to surface. Okay, for slabs, we have two options, one material and another one is thickness. So first of all, I will go to material, and from here, I will select the specification. I will change the steel to concrete.
Material. Oh, I see.
Okay, change to concrete and then click OK.
Standard catalog.
Yeah, material name concrete already exists in the catalog. Please assign it to model. Okay, just from source, change this one to model. Change source to model, and then here, because already we have the concrete, yeah, we assigned it for beam and columns. So which means we have it in our model. So that's why here the concrete material also will be listed under model, and then click OK. So right now, as you can see here, I have the concrete material for the slab as well. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next is the thickness of the slab. So I can come here, okay, and then click on this. And for slab thickness, maybe we can go for 0. Again, pay attention to the units, okay? Our unit is meter. That's why I'm going to put 0.2, which means 200 mm.
Yep.
Okay, and then click OK. Okay, again, so here I have the material and thickness for the slab.
All right.
Okay, so now you can see here, so after selecting, all these elements, so I have the information, or let's say the text for this assignment. So I don't want to see them. Okay, so what can I do? I can come back to View tab. And here you can see this section and materials. So is automatically highlighted. So I can deselect them. Okay, so right now I have this. The only thing that I have is, again, thickness is showing me is 0.2 meters. So I can just click on this measurements. Okay, so right now I don't want to see this. Now, if you select everything, okay, and then here you have the 3D rendering. Under view,
Rendering. Okay.
yeah, under view, here, under view, and then here you have the 3D rendering. Click on 3D rendering, and then here you have this. Okay.
Yep.
So right now we have this render view. So you got it, Imanina and Roslyn?
Yes.
Okay, very good, very nice. Okay, from now on, I want to copy this, elements to maybe, upper floors. Okay, so I want to have maybe, another 2 floors. Okay, so for this reason, so you can, be in the render view, or let's say, this, let's say, wireframe view, doesn't matter. For example, here, I can come to the render view, and then I can come to this front view again. So from here, and then from here, I can select, let's say, all these options. But once you are under render view, as you can see here, whatever actually is showing you in the render view, which means selected. Okay, so for example, see here, if I select this, see here, it will become like this. Okay, the other ones actually, will be like shaded, but here you have the real one, real material. Okay, but this one is the like a transparent or shaded view. Okay, so if you are under render view, and if you want to select the elements, so you need to make sure that they are exactly in the realistic view. Okay, so I will select somewhere here, and then so I can come to this view, and then I can select all these members. make sure that, you know, to do not select the support, because at the support, we have some notes there, and then the notes has some support assignment. Okay, so just come to here.
Okay.
Okay, and then, so I can go back to model. Okay, then, so again, from here, I have the translational repeat. So this time I want to copy it in the Y direction, correct?
Yep.
So I can select on this and this in the Y direction. Maybe I want to have 2 copies, which means 3-story building. And then the spacing is 3, because here, so I have the 3 meter. Okay?
Yep.
So, and then, so I'm copying, you know, the all. See here, I have the, you know, the geometry, the material, whatever actually I have. And for vertical, let's say, copies, so you don't need to tick these 2 options. Okay, so because already actually, you know, we have these columns, yeah? We have these columns, and these columns actually act as link copy. Okay?
Yep.
So we don't need, for vertical copies, we don't need to tick this option. So then, so I can say, okay, so right now I have this. If you rotate it, so you have something like this. And then you can go back to View tab. And then, so make sure that, you know, the support is still, make sure that the support is not copying. So deactivate the 3D rendering. Okay, so right now, if I go to, let's say, View tab, and if I see here, if you go to the view, and then here, if you activate the support, or unhide the support, you can see, you know, the support are still copied to all these nodes. But it's okay, never mind. So come to one of these views. I can go to the this front view, and then select, you know, all this top elements or top nodes. Doesn't matter, even, you know, the slab or members are selected, doesn't matter, because here we are going actually, you know, under node tab. Okay, and under here, so I can go to the custom. See here, I have the custom option. Click on the custom option. Okay, and from here, just select OK. Okay, once again, go to custom option, and then just select OK. So which means release the, let's say, support. Okay, you did it?
Yep.
Okay, so now we have actually, you know, this geometry for this structure. So far, you have any question? So I mean, during the modeling and assigning the, you know, section and materials. So is there any question that you couldn't ask me?
By the way, sir.
Yes, please.
Okay. You are recording this whole thing, right?
Yes, I'm recording. Yeah.
Yeah, from the beginning. Can we get the recording in the end so that I can like reference?
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I will share with you. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, but for now, so do you have any question?
Yeah, so far I think okay.
I think we're good. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just need to like see it again.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Okay, right now, again, if you go to the View tab, and then here, if you go to the 3D rendering, select everything. So right now, you have this kind of, let's say, structure. Okay.
Yep.
So now, the next step, which I can show you from here, and for, because, you know, we have, you know, more 10 minutes. So I want to show you how we can integrate the physical interface, which is the interface that right now we are in, with the analytical interface. And what is the difference between the physical interface and analytical interface? Okay, so for this reason, so here I have, if you go to model tab, if you go to the model tab, so here you have the option return to analytical modeling, this option. But don't click on that option, okay? So just I'm showing you for now. Here we have the return to analytical modeling. And here at the top also here, maybe I can show from here. See this option? So also you have this option, same option. Okay? Or simply you can close this, okay? But don't close the file for now. So then for integrating or converting the physical model to analytical model, you have three options. One under model, which means this one, another one at the top, left-hand side, or simply you can close the physical interface modeling. But before doing this, you need to go for integrity check. So what does it mean? It means that if I have, click on this, integrity check. If I have any nodes, let's say orphan node or duplicate node, if I have any, let's say duplicate element or duplicate surface or any error from the nodes, from the members, from the surface, from the opening, from the regions, I have to, let's say, correct it before converting my physical model to analytical model. Okay, for doing this, so here I have actually, I can select all of this. However, here I have the opening, any opening, but it's still okay, so you can check it all. And then here I have the validate option. Okay, so here you can select and validate. And here at the, you can close, after that you can close it. So then, so here you can just bring it up. And here you have the non-reported, which means everything is fine. Okay, clear?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, once everything is fine, so I can go to return to analytical modeling. So click on this option, click on this. But here, the model has been changed. Do you want to save it? Yes. Right now, it's synchronizing the physical model and analytical model. Okay, so after finishing, so click OK. And right now, you have this model. Sorry again, because here we have another interface. Okay, so which is tomorrow we will focus on this interface. Okay, but for now, just to show you this, and then if you go to View tab, go to View tab, and then here you have the 3D rendering again. Okay, press on the 3D rendering. See here in the analytical model, the 3D rendering is like this. Okay, so here you have this structure. And also, as you can see here, you have this, you know, these meshes. See here, you have these meshes. So which means for designing the slab or in the finite element analysis, we need to have the meshes, not only for a slab, also as you can see here, for the beams, I have some sections, okay? Because this meshes actually, you know, just divided, you know, the beams as well. See here, it is continuous. To just transfer the you know, the stiffness, or let's say the loads from the beams to a slab and vice versa, from the slab to beams. Okay, so they should be uniform or diaphragm system. Okay, so it is the reason. Okay, so you can come back to geometry. Here you can select the geometry, and from here also you can select the geometry. Okay, to come back here. So right now you can see actually the analytical. So now if I want to tell you what is the difference between analytical and physical interface. See here, if I select this beam, see here, this beam already divided to small beams. See these beams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, why is like that? Or if I show you, maybe in this view is much clearer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here, this beam in reality actually should be one beam, correct? So in the reality, so it should one beam, but not 6 divided beams. So it is the difference between analytical and physical modeling. So in the analytical modeling, so the software automatically divided this beam to 6 different beams because of these meshes. Because here for a slab, I have this mesh, I have this mesh, this mesh, this mesh, and this mesh. Okay, that's why here I have this broken beams. Now, here I have the physical modeling. Let's go back to physical interface once again. So just by pressing this option, physical modeling, press this option. If you go back to view and then deactivate the 3D rendering, just come back to this view. Okay, if you go to analysis model, okay, so press on this analysis model. Right now you can see also here I have the meshes. See here I have the meshes, correct?
Yep.
And that's why here in the analysis or analytical modeling, so always these beams will be divided. Okay, but in reality, if you deactivate the analysis model, once again, click on this. See here, in reality, I have only one model, one beam. I can put it in this way for analysis or for calculation of the shear, moment, stiffness, stresses of the beams. So we need to have the separated, or let's say we have to different nodes, okay, to interact between or let's say interface. I can say that the let's say interface node. So which means if I once again go back here, see this node. This node actually is the common node between the slab, which means this edge of this small mesh size, and also this. Okay, so this node is common between this slab, or let's say this mesh size and this mesh, and also this beam is a common node. So why we have to have this? Because of the transferring the forces. So for example, here, if I have the shear force here, correct? So I have to have the shear force also here. If I have the moment here, so also here I have to have the moment here. And same in this direction for the slab. So here, if I have the moment for a slab, so here I have to have the, let's say in this direction, I have the moment for, so which means everything should be in equilibrium. Correct? So that's why, so we have this, this common nodes between beams and slabs, because already we meshed the slab to different small sizes. So that's why these nodes will be created, even for beams. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so you can again deactivate this analysis model. I think we can stop here. Tomorrow I will show you actually, the analytical interface. So right now, I believe that after watching this recording video again, so you will be more comfortable with this physical modeling interface. And then, so for tomorrow, so I can return to analytical model. And tomorrow we will focus on this interface. And then after that, we will run the analysis and we will, do some design. Okay, for columns, for beams, and for